Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the YouTube channel of mine, where I get to chat with amazing musicians, different sort of artists. That's going to be for the future. So far had been all the musicians that have come to the channel, and we have chatted about life, about Mars, about Jupiter. You know what I mean, but we have talked a lot about a lot of things. So what we're going to do is exactly talk about a lot of things. This is going to be an interesting chat with a lovely fella, a humble fella that I got to know from Twitch. And this is the amazing power of Twitch. And he is the guitar player, a fantastic guitar player, Ibanez artist as well, from Unleash the Archers. And the best part is that we got to know each other a little bit through Twitch by actually, following each other up and getting to know each other through that. So that's the best part about it. Now, let's welcome Mr. Grant right here with us on lovely YouTube. Actually, he just followed me on, he subscribed to the YouTube channel as well, which is fantastic. So he's just waiting for us to get into the whole shebang. And here we are. Grant, welcome to the channel, buddy. And welcome.
Hello, good sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing this. This is the best part.
Can't believe I wasn't subscribed. I apologize.
No worries on that, man. No worries on that. No worries on that. That's not a... No, actually, generally, when I go to YouTube, as you know, the OBS, how it works is that I do it through Streamlabs. I don't know which OBS you're using, but yeah. I change from logging out and then going into the YouTube and so on. So OBS is not that refined that it memorizes that what your YouTube settings are, what your Twitch settings are. So every time I have to manually, take off all the settings which I have for Twitch usually. I forgot to do that. I took the alert box off. Forgot to do that. That's why, boom! Hey, wait a minute. Am I on Twitch at the moment?
All these things you don't realize until you get into it. You're like, man. Crap. I left the stove on.
Yeah. Exactly. Right in the
As
middle
the house is burning behind you during the interview, and you're just like, cool guys don't look back at explosions, man.
I remember this, we were on the tour and somebody kind of made my confused face into a meme from the stage, It was then somebody made the mathematical equations going on a blackboard on the back, and the caption was when you realize that you left the stove on at home while being on the tour. It's me standing with the guitar yeah, right.
There's too much content regarding guitar faces.
Oh man, yeah.
For memes. It's endless.
Endless.
If anyone has any spare time and wants to devote themselves to something, that's
absolutely
there for you.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So tell me about it, man. How has 2021 been treating you?
Well, it's crazy, dude. It's like the year's already half over and nothing has happened, essentially.
It's like 2020 all over again, right?
We're already in June, and this is all done, So I don't know. It's been good. As you know, we've met on Twitch, and Twitch has helped a lot actually with filling the void of playing live and staying connected with the fans and community. Definitely. So that's been good. I have 2 young kids too, so being at home and not touring is not the end of the world right now. They're 2 and 4.
Right.
So it's really crucial times to be home with them. So I'm counting my blessings, you could say, regarding that.
Right.
And just trying to keep busy, staying nice and practiced.
Well, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. So kind of it just worked out in a way for you to be with the family, spend more time. And
100%. Yeah.
But how much has
I can hear them banging on the door behind me trying to get in. And this is not the practical way to do it. We just took off the knob on the other side so they can't open the door. I could just put a lock on, but
right.
I don't know why we did that instead, but that's where we're at.
Hey, new ideas, people. Now you know what to do. Don't put the locks on. Just take the fucking doorknob off. That's amazing. But how has it been for you to be are you generally a person who loves to travel? I believe, of course, that's one of the reasons why we have been in the business as well, right? We just love to travel and be on a tour, different cities, different countries, whatnot. But like, have you been enjoying, or has it been getting on your nerves by just being at home and not being able to travel?
Yeah, I think I'm okay with it.
Right.
Obviously, I love traveling and touring
Right.
and playing shows. Playing the
Exactly.
shows is probably the best part of it
Definitely.
because, as you know, like, yeah, we get to travel lots, but you don't get to see a lot.
No,
You know,
man.
you see the
No.
venue
Right.
and the vicinity around the venue and the tour
Right.
bus
Right.
for
It
the
was
most part.
it was just like yesterday or day before yesterday, actually. I was watching this very interesting, you might know Graham Norton show, right? Um, uh, it's a show where different celebrities just get in, they kind of have a couple of drinks and just start talking about things and have a good time and so to speak. So
Mm,
Ed Sheeran was there and he was talking about the same thing. He took 2 years off, I think so, after that he got a full-on success and everything like that. And then he had the bucket list actually, that to go to all the countries or the places that he has toured in, but never been able to see more than the hotel or the venue. But in
yeah.
our case, we are definitely not Ed Sheeran, and especially in these 2 years where the traveling was impossible, we still can't do it. Like, so,
Yeah, no.
we can't just take a jet, like private jet, and go like, hey, let's go to New Zealand. I want to step over to, go here and there, visit Hobbiton or something.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you didn't get your private jet yet? You didn't get that in the mail? No? Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
waiting for mine too. Yeah.
right. I mean, like, hey, I'm gonna make a crowdfunding for it, right?
Yeah. The 20-year crowd fund.
Right, exactly. I gotta keep every penny around the corner that, hey, this is for my private jet, man. Jesus.
Actually, my dad is a pilot
Oh,
and
wow.
he's building a plane right now and he's almost done it.
You're
So this is
joking with
actually
me.
something that might be a reality.
Holy shit, man. That's pretty awesome. So you've been as a
That's a
kid.
pretty epic feat.
Holy
I mean,
shit, that's
I'll let him take the first ride on his own, but
right. You go, Dad. Right,
yeah.
right, right on. All the support. So what kind of has he been a commercial pilot?
He's been in the military. Yeah, he's
Right.
done like search and rescue.
Right, right, right.
So now
Nice.
he's kind of like he's retired and he
Right.
started this plane when I was a kid, and then kind of didn't have time for it. It kind of went on the back burner, and
Right.
then now that he's like out of the military, not working,
Right,
just
right.
living on a sailboat and building a plane now, essentially
Holy
what
shit.
he's doing,
Wow.
which is pretty damn cool.
Great. Well,
Um,
one thing we have common right here. Both our parent like fathers have been in military, so that's pretty interesting.
oh, crazy.
Yeah, exactly. My dad was in the al- artillery division, so to speak. Like he has
Mm,
been in the army, so that's a different
oh,
case.
crazy.
Exactly. But
Like
your
shooting big guns.
yeah, but your dad has been in what? Like he has been in Air Force or
Air Force, yeah, Air
right,
Force. Search and rescue for the most part here in Canada.
right, right.
So like looking for people who are lost, like on the trails, or kind of.
Mm,
He doesn't share a lot about
I can
his
understand.
job for a reason, but
Mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
like surveillance and things like that.
Right,
You know, submarines. He was on a plane that could like scan the waters
right,
for submarines and things like that.
right, right.
So, and then he went and worked for the U.S. military up in Alaska for like 5 years,
Oh wow.
kind of doing the same thing.
Nice, nice, pretty
Now he
nice.
just wants to like he's just building like I think it's a 2-seater or a 4-seater plane
Right.
just for fun. But it's
So
pretty cool. Like when I was a kid,
yeah,
um, when he just had to get his private plane license,
right.
he just needed hours. So
Yeah.
he'd take me up, we'd go flying, and we'd be in midair, and I was like 10 years old. He's like, "You want to take the wheel?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like,
Right.
I'd be flying the plane midair. I
Yeah.
mean, what can go wrong?
Exactly. Exactly.
At that altitude.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing
It's landing and
particular.
taking off. That's the
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
part.
absolutely, absolutely. You take care of the landing, you take care of the fucking, taking off. The rest is my job, no problem. Who needs an autopilot when you have a 10-year-old kid? All right, kiddo, get over, hop it.
I'm going for a nap. Wake me up when we're close.
Exactly. Next thing you know, fucking fighter jets are all around the plane. Like, could you please land now? Oh,
This is your
damn.
last warning.
This is your last warning. Exactly. Now you talk about military. Um, I would love to know how it all happened for Grant that you decided to become a musician. Like what age? Me coming from the military background in that sense, I do come from a very strong military background in that sense because my dad
Mm.
was an officer and a profound one. So, I had a lot of troubles to deal with regarding becoming a musician in that sense. Generally is
Right.
the case.
Where did you grow up? Like, he was a military in which country?
In Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
The known military world.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty intense.
Right. I hope the YouTube doesn't ban me for saying that. But anyways, uh I'm just, throwing it out there. We are live, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I can
Do it
understand.
live.
Do it live, do it live, do it now, get down. Get out of here. So
Get out of the chopper and play some music, you idiot.
yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna come close to your impersonations.
No,
You
man.
do some
No
great ones,
worries.
man.
No, 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 no.
I
I
don't.
don't. I just try to ruin the real people's the real deals, the real accents. But thanks for the compliment. Thanks for the compliment. So how did it work out for you? I mean, like now that I know a little bit of your background in that sense, was your parents like first of all, I would love to know that when did it start? What
Yeah.
was the age? What happened? And what's the whole shebang?
Right. Right. Yeah. Like, um, my parents were really great
Right.
growing up. Like, they weren't together. They separated at a pretty early age,
Right.
but they never used us as like a weapon or like a leverage point, right?
Right.
As many parents do when they break up. So
Mhm.
they're both really supportive. Um, they never put me in music though growing up because like I was pretty athletic and I took to hockey pretty
Right.
early
Oh,
on.
wow.
So I was pretty focused on that. Like my
Right.
sisters, I had two young sisters, and they were putting them in piano and saxophone and all these other things that, like, looking back, I kind of wish I didn't excel at, like, athletics. I could have
Right.
got put into something like that earlier on. So
Right.
I
Right.
I found it all on my own, really.
Nice. Nice.
Earliest memory actually I have of doing anything musical is like grade 4 or 5 when
Right.
in elementary school they would all teach you'd have music class in elementary school, right? You're learning the recorder,
Mhm.
you're learning the ukulele,
Right.
and like you've got like the xylophone and things like that. You got like a small little chunk. So I I took to the ukulele, right? So I was playing the ukulele in front of my class every lunch hour.
Right.
And I had this little it's so funny thinking about it now, but it was like this little empire where people would throw up their crayons and
Right.
pencil crayons as like my payment, right? So I had
Awesome.
bags and bags of these pencil crayons,
Right.
and
Wow.
it got to the point where I was paying other people in pencil crayons to like collect them and to like protect them because like kids would like come up and try to
Awesome.
steal them
Right. Well,
while I'm
wow.
playing.
Wow.
It got
Okay.
it got pretty elaborate, to be honest.
That's pretty
Um,
cool, man. That's
it
one of
all
a
it
kind
all
of a story. That's pretty awesome.
it all ended because
Oh,
some
damn.
girl got hit in the eye with a pencil crayon, and the teacher was like, "Okay, okay, this is enough. No, this has gotten out of hand."
God damn,
So
man. So you had the mosh pits going on all over or something.
yeah, crowd
You're like,
surfing
yeah, like, exactly. All
and
right. Here, the grand come,
training
the grand
bras getting
show.
thrown. No.
Bam. All right.
but uh but
Right.
then it that kind of died off for a while. That was kind of pretty short lived,
Right.
and I just went kind of back to being a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like in grade 7
Mm-hmm.
when you all joined concert band. They actually had a dedicated concert band for the school,
Oh, wow.
right? Like woodwinds, brass,
Awesome. Right. Right.
all of that. So that's how I really got into music, was through concert band, playing the
Right.
trombone,
Oh,
right? And
wow.
just hanging out in the music room
Right.
at lunch and after school, and fooling around on the drums there, and
Right.
they
Right.
always
Right.
had a bass hanging out there, so I was always playing that. And then shortly after I picked up a bass,
Oh
It was
wow.
like I wanted to play the bass or the drums in the concert band, but so does everyone else. So luck of the draw, I didn't get
Right.
that.
Right.
But I still I can't remember how I bought it. I saved up and bought a bass,
Right.
and shortly realized that no, I think I want a guitar. Like bass
Right.
isn't quite doing it for me. All these kind of songs I want to learn, like bass is just too boring. Nothing against bass players, but then I literally
Right.
traded that bass to someone for a guitar, bass for guitar, and kind of the rest was history.
Cool.
Came home from school one day and saw Iron Maiden's Rock in Rio
Right.
2001 playing on the TV,
Wow.
and that completely changed everything.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
"Holy cow! Like, what is this? Like, that's what I want to do right
Right.
there."
Right. But what about the
Right?
first guitar? Do you still remember which guitar was it?
Yeah, it was a Series A. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever heard of it. It was kind of like a Strat
Okay.
style,
Right. Right.
just a cheap guitar, like
Right.
a Strat knockoff cheap guitar. But hey,
Hmm.
man, it did the job. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
that was 20 years ago.
Right.
So in like 2000,
Right.
just actually it must be just past 2001 or just before when I got the guitar, and then I guess the Rock and Rail was like new. It just happened, so that's
Right.
why it was getting played
Yeah. 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 Right.
on the
So I mean,
TV.
would you say that Iron Maiden particularly influenced you as the whole band that you wanted to do music, or was it more like, oh, wait a minute, I love the guitar players there, and they influenced you the most?
Mm, that's a good question. I think it was a little bit of both.
All right.
It was kind of like the gateway,
Right.
right? I
Right.
always,
Right. Right.
always, always view Iron Maiden as like my gateway metal band, right? So
Right.
it kind of opened my eyes to like, whoa, like because before that I was just like, 12 years old. I
Right.
didn't really have any other mentors or people kind of giving me good music,
Right.
right? So before that, it was just like whatever all teenagers were listening to, Blink 182 and Sum 41 and Limp Bizkit and
Right.
things like that. And then it was like I saw the Rock and Rio. I was like, holy cow! Like, no, what is this? Like, what?
That's the
And I
thing.
was like, this is what heavy metal. This is what I want. This is
Right.
what I want.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
So that kind of got me on the path of kind of like seeking
Right.
out other
So what
metal
about
bands.
a controversial question, which I wouldn't answer, but because I've been asked this before, and it was a very secretive question that was asked, because this could become like an interesting one. Dave Murray or Adrian Smith?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can answer this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Adrian Smith.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Any particular
Yeah.
reasons?
I think just because of the structure of his solos,
Mm-hmm.
right? The way he composes them,
Right.
and they're very like thought out, methodical. Not necessarily like insanely technical,
Right.
but just the note choices and the way he does things. Dave Murray, amazing guitar player as well. There's no doubt about it. But
Right.
he's just more of a fluent legato. Things change from solo to solo live. He's just kind of like he's flying at it.
Right.
Adrian Smith is like, ooh, that is tasty.
Okay. Okay.
So then that's kind of what I go for in my guitar playing, if anything, is like I know I'll never be the fastest, shreddiest guy. It's like I want my solos and my music to be tasty and for
Right.
people to remember it.
Right. Right. No, I
Right.
understand you totally. I understand you. As I said, I'm not going to answer it, so that's going to be something that we can discuss definitely offline. Because
Yeah.
I might be ravished into it
You've
because, yeah,
you've
I've learned some things, not to say anything about that live, like around from my case, let's say it that way. But
yeah, I try not to do that with peers and fellow bands to pick
right,
things online, but I will humbly embrace the opportunity for Dave Murray to call me out on that if it ever comes. You know, it's
Right.
like I doubt the chance will ever happen where we're hanging out. He's like, "Hey, I remember that interview.
I
You picked
remember that.
Adrian over
God
me."
damn it, man. Grant, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Hi, Dave. Hi, nice to meet you. Fuck you. What happened?
Yeah.
I know you. I saw
well,
you.
we were gonna get you guys to open for us, but
Yeah, man. What the hell? That's
hey,
be...
just want to give a quick hi to the chat here. I'm seeing Elizabeth from the
definitely.
Charismatic Voice and a couple other friendly faces in there.
Exactly. And somebody was asking you about the tea, the charismatic voices. I think
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Where's my tea?
Yeah, beer tea.
This would be a big tea.
There you go. There you go. Wow. That's a lovely cup right there, man. I didn't even notice that before. It's
I know, it matches
mug.
your poster
right?
back there.
So talk about Iron Maiden, right? right. And chat,
I mean,
thank you very much for being here. Of course, if you have some questions as well that you want to ask Grant, you sure can ask. I would be picking only few because we're gonna run through very fast. It's so hard to, to talk with each other or talk with somebody online just for an hour or two and then get to ask all these questions and be like, oh my God, now I know the person. It's impossible, right? So I'll try my best to I'm reading your messages. Trust me, I am. So thank you for being there. Thank you for writing. But if I don't get to, pick out a few questions, don't butcher me for it, please. Internet is good for it, but like, hey, thanks for the support.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about Twitch is
right.
just staying up to speed with what you're doing,
right.
what chat's doing.
Right. But I admire that, man. You do that. I mean, that's freaking crazy because I don't do it. I can't do it. I mean, like I focus on if I want to talk with the chat, then I let the chat like be more persistent with what I am reading and so on, and then I get to talk with the chat. But while you're playing as well, you get to still answer the questions or you get to still answer the, chat, which is admiring. Very, very.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but
yeah, it's crazy, man. Oh my God. And especially those guys out there who are playing fucking Rocksmith as well. That is something for me, which is, I can't do it.
I've tried it this week.
Oh, how'd it go?
I suck at it so bad. I'm like, I'm playing the easiest songs. Oh, it's like Mary had a little lamb, and I'm like, what string is yellow?
Yeah, I'm not gonna even touch it. I was told like, what the hell? Like, try it. I'm like, dude, can't even focus on my own things properly, and now you want me to try a fucking mathematical equation which I have no idea about? Please, no thanks. That goes out of the window.
It's been humbling to say the least.
I can understand. Twitch has gotten me out of a lot of my comfort zone. Let's put it that way. The things I've done on Twitch, I never thought that I would do like live like that. Of course, I do them on the stage, like in different scenarios or different circumstances. But like doing like vulnerable, being out there, just like sometimes I actually remember one of the streams I completely forgot that I was online. So I literally forgot about it, and I kept on doing the thing that I was doing, and later on I realized, holy shit, God damn it, I hope I didn't do anything stupid or something, like start poking the nose or like,
Yeah, like you forgot to turn your stream off?
No, that I was literally online while streaming, so I lost, like my brain just went to the other corner. It just took me to another world that I completely forgot that I'm still streaming. And then I realized,
like you probably didn't have the window open either, like to see that you're streaming.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. You're like, oh shit! Like I forgot to close that.
Exactly. So luckily, it didn't happen with me. That it did happen once, but I'm not gonna say who that guy was. Unfortunately, I was very determined in saying that. Oh yeah. That now I've muted the stream and everything is fine. Like we can talk now. So the guy just
I left my stream on once for like a day and a half.
Oh,
after the fact, because when you raid someone,
right? Yeah,
I forgot that you actually have to end your stream as well, so that when the raids end, when that streamer ends, if you're still streaming, it just goes back to yours.
Yeah, right. Oh shit.
And luckily, like I stream in like a separate room the house. This room is just dedicated to like kind of like my studio.
Nice.
I couldn't imagine like that, that being a lot of people stream from like their bedroom and things like that, leaving that on. Luckily, I think it was just an empty room for a day and a half.
Oh, damn.
I think I came down here the following night and was just playing guitar and practicing, and I don't know, 5 people maybe saw that. Me not realizing, I have no idea.
Oh, damn. Must have been
scary though. It's scary though. Now every time I'm like very diligently turn it off.
My lucky case is that, the studio is basically studio. Like my home is quite some, kilometers away. So anyways, I have to shut down everything. So it never happened to me in that sense that if I raided someone, that I left the stream on and the computer is on, that I'm like, okay, well, boom. So in any case, I'll be on the safe hands in that sense. Or if it does happen, then somebody else who just walks in the studio, well, free, when this guy is coming to play some drums, then it's going to be free content from my end and he's practicing. I don't care. Well, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, okay, let's get back to the point which we were discussing about Iron Maiden. So now Iron Maiden did influence you in that sense, and I believe that, of course, still you hold Iron Maiden dear to you, as I saw from the mug as well. But what were the, how about, what was the name of that school band? Did you name it? Did you guys have a certain name?
Well, that school band was like, it was the concert band. Right.
That's
it. Right. It was grade 7 band. Right.
All right.
So, but shortly after that, I did get like into my first band, like my first middle school band.
Right.
Which was, oh man, we had so many different crappy names. Like, I think one of them was like Foreskin. 7 Shot, Fiasco, right? This is like all within the same few months.
Right.
This is I think before Iron Maiden, and then I hit Iron Maiden and I was like, holy cow. And I've talked about this on my stream, and people who follow me know about this story, but the town that I grew up in, we had a music store. I forget the name of the store, but they had a program called Weekend Warriors. Where you could sign up your kid and their instrument, it's like my kid plays guitar, whatever. They sign them up into this program, and it was like a School of Rock type thing. So you'd get put into a band with 2 guitar players, bassist, drummer, singer, right? And then you'd have a teacher, a coach, who worked with you. You guys worked on a couple covers. And then you tried to write your own song, and then at the end of the term, there'd be a big concert with all the bands, and then you'd play a show.
Right. Cool.
So
cool. But it's not like Battle of the Bands kind of a thing.
Andrew, our other guitar player in Unleash the Archers, that's how I met him.
Nice.
When we were like 12 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
But is it more like a Battle of the Bands thing, kind of like, oh, we choose a winner, or is it just like, hey, showcasing?
No, it's just like so you have some experience playing live, essentially, right?
Right. Interesting. So, talking about Unleash the Archers, now how did that come around that, that I'm going to squeeze out a lot of years already into it. Like, I'm not going to start going into the depth of like, okay, the first band, the second band, the third one, the fourth one. But like, so what happened? What's the whole story behind that?
Right. So, yeah. So I grew up in Comox Valley, which is on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, West Coast, Canada. It's a small little island, right? So Andrew and I, we both grew up in Comox Valley, which is kind of in the middle of the island. And then the capital city is Victoria, which is down on the southern tip. That's the capital of British Columbia. It's a fairly larger city. So Andrew and I, we both moved to Victoria when we were still kids. Like we were dropped out of high school. We moved to Victoria.
Dang.
To continue playing music, right?
Nice.
So we continued our band down there with a couple different musicians, and that's also the town that Unleash the Archers formed. So
I see.
they Unleash the Archers was a band while Andrew and I's band was going as well. So we were kind of like playing shows together.
Right, right.
Unleash the Archers started with Brittany and Scott, who they met in university.
Right.
In Victoria, Scott and Braden, the old guitar player, they kind of had a band and they formed Unleash the Archers. Andrew and I were doing our thing with our band Archon Legion, and we toured together a couple times. You know,
Right.
our two bands. So we were like friends, peers, all in the same metal scene. Victoria had a really good metal scene back then. There's tons of bands coming out, tons of shows. And then Unleash the Archers, they decided to move to Vancouver, which is like on the mainland, the big city, right, to get more exposure.
Right.
And long story short, Andrew and I's band kind of fizzled out. There was some mild drama, whatever. We don't need to go into it.
All right, sure.
For whatever reason, the band ended. And Unleash the Archers was getting rid of one of their guitar players because he didn't move over to Vancouver with them.
Oh, wow.
So that's when I joined.
I see.
This was like in 2011.
Right.
And then maybe about 3 or 4 years later, we needed a guitar player because Braden, the original guy, was leaving. And I was like, Andrew, we're back, baby. Yeah. Come on over. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. So now we're based in Vancouver. We've been here ever since.
That's gonna be your 10-year anniversary very soon, or has it already passed?
It is. Yeah, it was 10 years for our second album, actually, just last month.
Wow! Congrats, man.
Yes.
Wow. Jesus.
Thank you, dude.
Time flies. Like, don't you think? Like, oh my God. Like,
I know.
Damn it.
Yeah. It is crazy. It goes by slow, but then when you look back at it, it's like, holy cow, it's been 10 years.
Right.
Day to day, it kind of goes by slow, it seems. You know, you overestimate what you can do in a year, and you underestimate what you can do in 5 years.
Right.
That's kind of like the saying I live by. So
correct. I just read that how does it feel to be an award winner now? Which award we are talking about here?
Oh, so in Canada, we have a thing called the Junos.
All right.
Right, so it's like the Canadian Grammy is essentially what it is. It's the highest recognized music award. And we just won Best Metal Album of the Year.
Holy shit, man. Congrats.
Last week.
Wow. Hey, dude, I'm out of fucking social world.
I got the...
Holy shit.
the water bottle to prove it.
Awesome, man.
You get these whether you win or not.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We're still waiting for the actual award. But yeah, man.
Cool,
yeah.
Man. Congratulations. That's pretty solid shit right there. Wow. Cool.
It's pretty big in Canada. Everyone else in the world is like, what the hell is a Juno?
Yeah, I mean, like each country has it. I totally understand that. Totally. I mean, nobody knows ours here in Finland, so that's a complete different thing as well. It's like the same way. Like Nightwish just won the album of the metal album of the year, so I'm pretty sure that many people don't know. Like only everybody knows about Grammys, grannies. Right, yeah. Everybody knows they're grannies, right? So, but congrats, man. That's so. How does it feel? That's the question.
Like anything, when you win anything, it's like nothing really changes, right? It's like another, I don't know, it's another bullet point you can add to your resume, or it's another title you can use.
Cool.
It is, obviously it's kind of cool. It's like validation for obviously decades of hard work, and
definitely
it's cool to be recognized.
Finally, you can say that, hey, our bill is like $1 million now.
Yeah. I was talking about it, and it's more like, it seems more validation to people who like aren't in the industry, who aren't. Right, it's like just for your average person, it's like, oh, you're in a Juno award-winning band. Oh, you must be in a good band. Like, for our actual fans and our fan base and our community, it's like they already know, they already love us for who we are. And it doesn't matter like what we have on top of that.
Right.
But it's for like, you know, our parents, I think, are a little more proud, right? Because they can say their kid is a Juno, you know, to their friends when they're asking, oh yeah, so how are your kids doing? You know,
right.
Just dropped out of high school, still playing in that band, you know, going nowhere. Actually, he won a Juno.
Right. Well, that's fucking great.
I think it gives more credit to those kind of scenarios. But for me personally, it's like, I don't know, it's cool, but I don't really need that validation.
Right. It's more like back to work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Next. Right.
Yeah. I'm like, can I use it as a toothpick or what?
Oh, damn. Yeah. No, okay.
It's like, actually, the one we got this year, we haven't got it yet, but it was the 50th anniversary for the Junos.
Wow.
So the actual award is pretty cool compared to previous years.
Damn, I've got to check it out.
We lucked out. We chose the right one to win.
Right. That's cool. Perfectly timed, man. Nicely planned. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, dude.
Awesome. Well, that's one heck of a thing to do as well, you know, no matter what the people are going to say or what the people take it as, like, you know, the metal industry as particularly everybody talks about, which I hate the fact that when they want to be like, why is the metal not mainstream? What the fuck is going on? So when the metal gets mainstream, then it's like, why are you a sellout? Well, fuck you.
Yeah,
what do you want
exactly.
from
There's
me?
no
like,
winning.
You know, there's never no winning. Absolutely. I mean, Metallica being the biggest band in the fucking world. And now everybody goes like, well, this sold out. That's why the biggest band in the world. So what do you want? You want Burzum to become like a fucking Grammy-winning artist or what? No, Grammys are for pussies. Okay, then. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
You know?
And yeah, exactly.
So metal musicians can't make money, should not win awards, should be drug addicts, right?
Yeah.
Very important because alcohol and drugs are most important things to do. So like, what the fuck? So for me, I always say like it's great like if you're able to, you know, get that recognition and have that out there and be feeling happy about it that hey, well, you know, many people who did not know about, for instance, who did not know about Unleash the Archers now definitely would know. But why the hell not?
True.
Like hell yeah. It's a recognition. Hell yeah. So that's
and I know the Canada's pretty good for having grants and things like that available for the arts, which we've never tapped into. So I would think it'll help us with that.
It's time. It's time to do it.
Yeah.
It's time to do it. Yeah, cool. But as I said, like now you can definitely put like, you know, so you want to have us on your festival? So yeah, so it was before and now it's 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, well,
take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. You know, winning artist right here. Come on, talking about it. You want us or you don't want us?
Oh yeah, remember that fee I sent you for this interview? That's changed.
Yeah, that has changed. Like now that I'm aware of that, you know, you're you know one artist. I'm like, oh damn. So I gotta talk to my publicist now. Like, all right, could we do a refund?
We might have to shut this down.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not paying, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's like the same way. There's a door without a doorknob. Leave him out.
I can't even get out if I try.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it, man. How do we do this? Oh, damn. So talking about that, now how did it work? Like, were you guys, did somebody go there as well? Or you guys remotely were told? Or how did it work out?
Yeah, usually they have like a big event, big ceremony, like the Grammys, like any award show where everyone shows up, the nominees are all waiting, they're all on the screen, whoever wins goes up and, you know, gives their little speech. And but this year, obviously with COVID, it was all virtual. So we were just on Zoom, we were all together, just getting shuffled from virtual room to virtual room.
Right.
Yeah, it was all streamed online and on CBC TV, I think. I'm not sure.
Right.
But
cool.
Yeah, it was
because at least
I know it was like it was cool doing the 50th, but it would have been even awesomer to been there for the event and
right. But
red
like,
carpet and all that fun
did
stuff.
somebody, at least one of the band members, did somebody was invited, or no? Everybody was in the virtual room.
What's that?
Like, because in Finland, for instance, that some of the artists or some of the members of the band were in the event as well. For instance, like when Nightwish won, the drummer and the keyboard player were there as well. The main, the mastermind of Nightwish. So they were there. They received it in person. But you guys, none of you were there in person.
No, none of us were there. No,
okay.
We were all together here in Vancouver. I think it was based out of like Toronto, which is, I don't know if you've toured Canada, but Canada's pretty wide.
Canada has not let me in.
No, really crazy.
No.
So yeah, from where we live to Toronto is probably about a 4-day drive.
Right.
Constantly.
Right.
It's like a 40-hour drive or something like that.
Shit.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like we're closer to a lot other places than we are to Eastern Canada.
Right. That's the other thing as well. The sheer size of that fucking continent and that country as well. I just sometimes go like, holy bazongas. Like, even like being in US, like when we were touring in US, it's just like just touring whole Europe basically, It's like
yeah, exactly.
Like sometimes it just makes me question that, holy shit, that's one country right there. So it's like, just to clarify that the Canada fucked up for not letting me in. It's not that they canceled and they said like you can't come in the country. It's just Canadian bureaucracy that fucked it up. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just like, long story short, was supposed to be for 2018. They replied back in 2019 saying like, hey, can we get some more documentation about the tour? And I'm like, dude, did you read the fucking year that we were supposed to tour? We already came back from the North American tour. Thanks.
Wow.
Canada. Wow. So yeah.
That is dropping the ball hard.
Exactly. It was really, really nuts. It was nuts, man.
So did Wintersun tour
without me?
Canada during that?
Yeah. Right.
Without you?
Yeah. So I stayed in Seattle. The first time they went up, I stayed in Seattle. So right after that, they went for Vancouver, I think, was the first show.
Right.
I stayed in Seattle, man. I was like, hell yeah.
Did they get another guitar player to play, or?
No. It was just me coming from the backing tracks.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
didn't miss a note, they say.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. But I was told, like, at one show, at least after the third show, they realized, like, dude, you played one chord wrong in one of the parts. And I was like, yeah, well, shove it up yours. You don't want me there? Talk to Canada about it, like, not me.
One chord in a whole set. That's pretty good, I'd let that slide.
Right, exactly. But yeah, it was great. I wish that one day, of course that's gonna happen, but like someday I would be able to. First, let's be able to travel outside our own countries. That would be great. But it would be great to come to Canada, because what I did see from the videos and so on from the guys, it just like the nature is absolutely magnificent. There's no question about it, and the people are crazy nice as well, no question. But just sometimes
I think I was probably at that show too.
Oh really?
I've seen Wintersun in Vancouver twice, I think.
Oh, cool. First time would have been 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it's like it really came into perspective when I was in Mexico City, and it was like, okay, there's 32 million people in this one city. That's the amount of people that's in all of Canada.
Crazy, right? It's like the same way that it hit me when I came to Finland, and of course the city that I come from has 14 million people. City, as particularly, right? And I came to a country which is 6 million, a country which is exactly the same size as my country's size. And I come from a city. So I just landed and I went like, which village did I come to? Like, So pretty
Yeah,
advanced.
where is everyone?
Yeah, pretty advanced one, but like, where the heck did everybody go? Like, what
Yeah,
just
why
happened?
aren't I shoulder to shoulder with people here? I can
Exactly.
stretch.
Oh man, exactly. So it's been so hopefully that definitely happens. That would be really, really cool because I have a lot of Canadian friends. Of course, one of my dear friends are from Toronto. You definitely must have known them. ANP Reacts. So like
Oh,
the
EMP reacts. Yeah,
right,
for
exactly.
sure.
Pedro and
Done a
Antonio.
lot of our stuff.
Right, exactly. So that was quite interesting because we were looking forward to meet each other for the first time, and then it was like bonk, and I was like, okay. But then they did come to Finland in 2019, so that was pretty nice. But now getting back to now you, the thing that I would love to know about is that now being the artist, or let's say how would I put it? Like, what is the Grammy won? How do you say that? Like, so is actually is just called right?
A Juno, yeah.
Juno.
Juno,
Sorry for that.
yeah.
So being the Juno award-winning artist, what is that? Was that ever in your bucket list? Did you ever think about it?
No, winning a Juno was not in the bucket list. No.
All right.
There's a few things like playing with an orchestra.
Right.
Is on the bucket list.
Cool.
You know, like having an orchestra on stage is on the bucket list. Like playing Vakken is on there.
All right.
Still.
Cool.
You know, I think that's about it for for musical bucket lists. I think obviously touring with Iron Maiden would be on there as well.
Yeah.
But
yeah. You gotta watch out for Dave Murray,
awards,
though. Gotta watch out for Dave Murray.
Not necessarily on the bucket list.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I like to have, you know, bucket list items and goals and things like that. Things that I have a little more control over.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know, like playing with an orchestra. That's something that like you can control. You can kind of map that out. And it's like, you know, getting recognition from someone else. You can't really control how someone else perceives you.
Sure.
Right? So and it's definitely. Like, in general, it's like, I try to focus on the things I can control, you know, within myself.
Nice way to put
like
it.
How other people are going to think of me, you can't really control that.
No.
Right? How other people are going to react, you can't really control that. But what you do, you can control. So that's, I guess, where I put more of my focus.
Right. Well, that's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice way to put it. I mean, I think this is something that we all should focus on as well, because we live our lives for the others so much that we forget that what we are ought to be living for is basically us as a human being. And before we know it, we start caring about like, oh, well, you know, I need to post that selfie so that I could get like 100 more likes, and before we know it, then, you know, we can't control the fact that who considers Metallica sellout and who's going to consider like, oh, Unleash the Archers are definitely going to be sellout now. We're going to be seeing that. Oh, yeah. Grant, I know why Grant's dad was making that airplane, if you know what I mean. Now we do know. Right. Exactly. So we're going to be paying
synthwave pop rock coming down the pipe now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can coast. We can coast now.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
No, not going to happen. But it's true, you know. It's like we live in an age where you're so dependent on other people's opinions of you to feel good, right? It's like if you don't get an X amount of whatever it might be, recognition, likes, then you feel like invalidated, and I think that's a backwards way to approach things.
Now that actually brings me to a very interesting question that I haven't asked anybody, and this is the thing that I love about, you know, chatting with so many different people. And I tend to, as I was telling you about before starting the whole thing, that I want to do it so that it should all come naturally, you know, that I don't have to study about the person. I've done that like couple of guests that I had, that I studied their background. So that's why I stopped doing it. I'm like, whatever comes, whatever the natural form is, it's going to be interesting. It keeps things fresh. It keeps me on the ground as well. Like, you know, it's not like that list that I have in the front. All right. So how old are you, sir? Okay. Next question.
What is your favorite color?
Yeah. What is your favorite color? Right. So the question that I wanted to ask you just came to my mind is if there is something, one thing that you would like to change in the music industry, particularly metal music industry, what would that be?
Oh my God. One thing to change in the music industry.
Was oh my God the answer, or?
No,
Right.
can I take a mulligan? Can
Yeah,
I take a
yeah, yeah,
mulligan?
sure. Right, exactly.
One thing to change. I don't know. That's a very good question that I've never really thought about until now. What would I want to change? I mean, there's so many good things about the metal and music industry.
I mean, you can change the good things as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bad thing that you have to change. You change the good shit.
Maybe changing socks more often on tour, but no, I don't know.
Right.
I think, yeah, I don't know if what I would want to change. I think maybe people having kind of a preconceived notions about genres or bands or things like that. You know, it's because like for me, I always say this. You know, for me, there's only two genres of music. There's like good music and bad music. Right. So I think people having more of an open mind to different genres of music that they might not be into, but maybe they just haven't heard the right band in that genre to captivate them. Because you know, even for me, like even in power metal, like one of my favorite metal subgenres, there's still a lot of bands that I don't like. So you know, if you heard one of those bands first and you just kind of decided, okay, no, that genre is just not for me. You know, I just don't like that genre, right? I think that would maybe be the one thing I'll change is people's being more open to embracing different genres of music that they might not be into and they might like. You know, because that was kind of our hurdle that we had to pass.
So kind of like
career.
In short, would be, I definitely would love to hear that. I definitely would love to hear that what you had to say. But like in short, what you meant is that the narrow-mindedness which exists in the metal community.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, that's a good way to summarize it.
Right. Well, nice.
And,
because this is something which I strongly believe in as well, and this was what exactly I had in mind. And it's nice to know that, you know, like-minded people are here. That's really good. That's
and
really
you know,
good.
just egos in general. You know, thinking that you're above anybody else because of what you've accomplished.
How dare you can say that? You're a Juno winning artist, man. What the hell? What do you mean by that? Exactly. But please continue what you were saying about what happened to the career.
Right. So like, you know, that was kind of our hurdle of getting any recognition from any label. Right. They're like, oh no, you guys are too this or you're too that. Right. You guys aren't quite power metal, but you're not quite melodic death. Like, pick a genre already. And it's like, why do we have to pick a genre? Like, we're just writing music that is true to us.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And obviously the like female fronted portion of it as well. There's a lot of preconceived kind of notions around that, which I think the barriers are starting to get broken down. The more people kind of hear bands with female vocalists and they're like, oh, this is not what like I expected it to be. This isn't just like symphonic metal. It's like this is just normal music that I like to listen to, but with a female vocalist. It's like, yeah, they could do that too.
Exactly.
So
yeah, but it's good that, you know, at least it's coming out instead. Like, of course, anything that comes out for the first time, it's always like, especially in our metal world, we are not so acquainted with the fact we don't love change. We just want the band to release the same fucking album, which was released a year back or 2 years back, or in our case, 5 years back, or some album which never gets released. That's the other thing as well.
Yeah, they just want you to keep putting out the same album that they're used to.
Yeah, then it's like, hey, cool. But then the notion goes again. Hey, why don't you do something different? Okay, well, then when we fucking do something different, then you're like, well, what a sold out. Okay, then. So
That's why, you know, it just keeps coming back to, you know, obviously you do it for your fans and things like that, but you can't write the music catering to the fans. You know, you got to write what's true to you.
Absolutely.
And if people like it, then that's just a bonus.
Right, right. It's like so nicely said what you said about like the preconceived notion of like, yo, change or like decide about your genre already. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? It's not this and that. I mean, like, I'm not gonna name names here, but certain labels around in Europe had been so strong about it that they would not, absolutely not sign an artist or a band if it did not have the elements from 80s metal, if it did not have the elements, let's say, of Judas Priest or Metallica or Megadeth and so on and so on. If you have something along those lines, immediately in. If you're something new, they're like, well, not really, and they're gonna suck all the fucking bands dry by the same genre which was created 50 fucking years ago. And that's it. And one of the best countries to know that.
I can, you know, on one hand, I can understand a label wanting like a certain theme. Like, okay, you go to this label, you kind of know what to expect.
Right.
But, I mean, that's their choice.
Exactly. But then again, then, you know, a label is not McDonald's, right? I mean, which is like, even McDonald's changes the menu after a certain time. Like they bring a fucking new burger in as well from time to time as well, you know? It's not like the same, hey,
I mean, they're reinventing their coffee all the time. Like, it's getting better and better.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's why I said not naming names here, but like certain labels are still stuck with the same department. And I still do remember with one of the label heads that I had a discussion with, not naming names here. He was like, well, we don't need Instagram and Facebook. I was like, what the fuck? And that was like,
yeah, that's like, how you know they're stuck in the time.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, we should start making them
communicating by like snail mail, just written letters.
Oh my god! Like,
now this email thing's not for us.
Nah, man, it's not working.
We'll send you your record contract by horse and carriage.
What's your fax number? Like, what's that again, please? What did he say?
It'll arrive on a fortnight.
Exactly.
Make sure to drop the drawbridge.
Oh man, exactly. So, what's the plan of? What's the plan for the rest of 2021 for you? How do you plan to execute
Actually, we just announced a North America tour today.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it for the first... Oh, no. Okay, you actually announced it already.
I actually saw it just before we jumped on the call, and I was like trying to read the dates, because I haven't even seen the dates.
Right. That's why I did read a message here that somebody wrote that, hey, looking forward to see you in Leipzig. And like...
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a Europe tour at the end of the year in November, December.
Nice.
Then we also have a North American tour in September.
Right.
Yeah, all of September. Cool. With I see Donnie Burbage in the chat here from Aether Realm.
Indeed, Donnie just popped
going on tour with those guys and Seven Kingdoms.
Are? Damn, nice. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great bill.
Right.
All like, you know, young, non-jaded bands touring together is always a good time, you know.
Fuck yeah.
We don't have like, we're all excited about it. Oh, I mean, getting excited about touring right now is pretty easy to do. Right. I think even someone who's been doing it for 40 years is gonna get excited to go back on tour.
Absolutely. I mean, it's as long as the fucking shebang happens, that's the most important thing.
I mean, there's also that that variable.
Man, I mean, like I'm hoping for. I mean, all these dates and everything. I'm gonna be frank about it here with everybody who's watching and you as well. Till the point I see that the show happening of a band which decided to go on a tour, not just decided but planned it, and that really gets executed is the day I'm gonna say, all right, now it's happening. Because I've seen many names like absolutely falling off from like complete shebang. Like it's
Yeah.
complete nonsense. Even the biggest interesting story was with Insomnium. They were like, yeah, well, they just hit the North American tour. First show they did in Philadelphia, and boom, they had to fly back when the whole shit is, 2020 blasted off. So for me, I'm still
When was
at the
that? Was
very
that
end.
at the start of it?
Yeah, 2020. It was. I think they
Oh
did
yeah.
that in March, and they had to fly back. It's like
Yeah.
nothing can be done.
Same thing happened for us actually.
Oh shit! Shit!
Yeah.
Oh damn!
We're mid-tour. We're supporting Dragon Force.
Right.
And
Right.
5 dates in,
Right.
15 dates left. We had to cancel it and fly back. And
Fuck. That's bad.
it was pretty depressing at the time, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Things were just starting. The first few dates of a tour, as you know, are like you're kind of working out the kinks, getting kind of the rhythm of it, and then it's like, okay, we're firing on all cylinders now. Like, let's go. All the shows are sold out. Like things are going off. We've got a trailer full of t-shirts. Like, we're ready to go. Nope. You guys aren't playing here tonight. God, shut the door on us. We're like, what?
What the fuck? Oh man. That's why I mean, like,
so quick.
It's great to be optimistic. It's good. It's absolutely nice. It's not that I'm shattering down anybody's dreams here. Like, all right, like finally, the gates are gonna be open or something like that. Well, hey, didn't you think about that in 2020 as well? At the end of the year. So how many times one should be disappointed? So it's better not to expect anything, rather to just, let it be there. It doesn't mean that you stop planning things. It's like, well, throw the, table around and be like, okay, now I'm going to sit on my ass and scratch my balls and just see if the world opens or not. Well, you're going to keep on doing something, right? I mean, it's the same way that I started doing Twitch as well, and here we are. Because of Twitch, things are happening. Because of Twitch, Gran and I got to meet each other. And who knows?
It's true.
Finally the Canada will say like, okay, is it 2019? Can we let you in now? Can we get your visa application approved, please? Like, Jesus Christ, yeah. We apologize for 2019. We give you the visa now.
It'll be good for until 2021.
Right.
Oh shit! It's already expired.
Exactly. Oh man, I've seen a couple of my friends as well. Just they got the U.S. visa, like the working visa, basically. A couple of the bands that I know from Europe were just going to head to U.S. for the tour, and obviously USA had been strict with just giving this particular. To some bands, it has been giving like for a year's tour, like a year's visa for the working visa, and some bands it has only given that particular time period that you go for a tour, right? And they just got the visa, they were excited, they're like the flights are booked and everything like that, and whoop, nothing. They're like, for fuck's sakes, what the fuck? And some bands that I know, they got the visa for 2020, and now they're like,
well, that was a waste.
That was a fucking waste. And it's not cheap to get a European band to get a visa like in US for
not at all, man. Not at all. And it takes a lot of due diligence and putting together a lot of documents, and it's a lot of time.
Correct.
I've done it for other bands. Right.
We're
a little luckier being in Canada because we've got what's called the North American Federation of Musicians. Right, so it's the North American Musicians Union.
Right.
It's Canada and the U.S.
Nice.
Right, so that makes it a little easier for us to get a U.S. visa. We don't have to do the normal application.
Precisely, yeah.
But it's still a lot of money, a lot of time put in.
Absolutely.
And for no guarantee. I thought getting into Canada was easier, though. Like, I'm surprised that you didn't get in.
That's what they said.
That's a rumor on the street.
When I joined Wintersun, everybody was like, oh, good luck with touring US now. The only country which has given me fucking trouble was Canada.
Oh, crazy.
I've been to every country that we wanted to go to besides Russia, because the person who who was the promoter actually sent me a wrong invitation. So that was great. Fucking ridiculous, fucking idiot.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. I mean, no more words that I can say to that. But else than that, No country out, and like absolutely. I mean, I've gone to certain countries I can't say where it was supposed to be that I were supposed to, because of not being a European Union citizen, I was to be going through a certain different process, which would have taken more time to get approval. And those countries said, nah, no problem. You're coming here for the gigs. No worries. Just show up.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. In the country. USA.
Yeah.
The fastest that I've gotten into a country with the visas and the fastest that I've gotten out. Canada.
Wow.
Like, has it gone already? Is your visa application being put? I don't even want to go in detail about it. It's not that I'm really
fair
like.
I mean, it's not bringing up good memories.
Nah, man. I mean, anything that the Commonwealth is related to is always a fucking pain in the ass. Even though we have been a Commonwealth country as well, like being from Pakistan, for instance. But like, England was pain in the ass to get the visas for, but I did get it, like through the last day of the tour that was supposed to happen, and then still got the visa. But like, I don't know. I just hate this aspect. This is what the beautiful part in European Union is, particularly, that, you know, we don't have to worry about the visas in that sense. We just show up, do a tour, be happy with it. And everybody used to laugh at me about the fact that when we were going to England that, oh yeah, well, you had to get the visa, we didn't have to. And now I'm laughing at them. Oh, now you will have to get that too. Thanks to Brexit in that sense. Getting away from
how's touring England? How's touring England now with Brexit and all that? Is that going to change? Do you know?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody would have to get a visa, so that's pretty much it. But I think it shouldn't be a problem. It should not be a problem. Just the fact that, you know, just the regulations have changed and so on. Just getting the visa, particularly, that's same for.
I mean, we're just musicians wanting to come in and play some music.
Yeah,
for you. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, exactly. Making you money as well, trying to make some money for us, but like, well, you know, bringing money to the venues, bringing money to the city. Like, what else do you need?
Yeah.
We would like you to apply for the visa first. Yes, applied in 2018. It's 2019, and you haven't replied yet. I still remember that they kept on, you know, updating, like they kept on sending the email that there's an update in your visa application, and everybody went like on the US tour like, what's the update? There's no update. Like, why are you telling me that there's an update in the fucking email while I open the whole shebang?
I would just like to announce that I'm going to make an announcement at a further date.
Exactly. Like, okay, thank you.
The only update is that you got to update that there is an update.
Oh, man. So talking about touring in that sense, what has, or which country, I wouldn't even say when you were a city, which country had been the one that really got you going like, damn, man, that was fucking fun? Besides
now
Canada.
it's the U.S., but it wasn't always like that for us. Like the first few U.S. tours were like,
how comes?
Abysmal. Right, cause like for years we were doing like just the grind, just the van and trailer across Canada, right? Every summer, you know, we would all save up, quit our jobs, go on tour, live in a van, sleep in the van, or whoever would put us up, or sleep in Walmart parking lots, and do that. And then we kind of like branched that out and did that same kind of formula in the States, still as an independent band, booking it all ourselves. So like, the States used to suck for us, you know, 5 people a show, like that wouldn't be out of the ordinary. But now the US is one of our best markets. It's unbelievable. But going over to Europe for the first time, like playing Germany was always really good. As far as shows go, all the bands that we always toured with always had good followings in Germany as well. Like, because we're power metal. Power metal is huge in Germany, so it's kind of classic metal is really good over there as well. But for me, it's like I'm, you know, growing up in Canada, I love nature. You know, I love all that stuff. Like, so like one of my favorite countries over there was Switzerland.
Oh, really? Nice.
right? Just for the food and for the mountains
Right. Right.
and things like that. The shows were like all the shows. I wouldn't say like one's way better than the other. They were
Right.
all really good.
Damn.
So what is the defining point for me is like what beyond the show is good. It's like one of it is food, as
Mm-hmm.
you know, like food is huge, like because you're at the whim of the promoters and the show. Like you're
Right.
getting dinner, and
Right.
it's like okay, you're getting slop, or like you're at a crappy school cafeteria, and you're like,
Right.
okay, this is what we're eating tonight, or it's like, yeah, I found in Switzerland the food was unbelievable,
Okay.
like home cooked soup and like exotic cheeses
Right.
and all that
Right.
fun stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have been to South America too, like the crowds down. We haven't
I
done
no.
too deep into South America, just Mexico, but you can just like tell the appreciation down there is just on a whole, another level.
Mm-hmm.
One, because they don't get it as much
Right.
as the US or Europe where there's a show every couple days, right?
Right.
When you go, we've done Mexico twice now, and we've done pretty extensive tours down there, like 7 or 8 shows.
Right.
So we're not just playing like Mexico City and flying out. We're traveling around and we're playing smaller venues and
Mm-hmm.
packed, 300 people in this 200 person venue, right? In
Right. Right. Right.
40-degree heat,
Oh man.
and it's
Yeah.
like people are like crying there because they're so happy. Like, and the passion for metal down there is just
Right.
like on a whole nother level.
Correct.
So it's
Right.
it's a hard question to answer because it's not black and white,
Yeah.
right?
No, I get it. So, but
Um,
like, just tell me now, the first concert that comes at the top of your head, or the festival show as well, that comes to your mind, and you go like, "That was extraordinary."
yeah, if I out of yeah, just without thinking about it, it'd probably be Prague Power in
Right.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You guys played there?
I've heard great
You guys were
stuff about it.
supposed.
No, we weren't.
Yeah.
No.
So that was like, I think we've played bigger shows now,
Mm-hmm.
but at the time, like I think we played it in 2016,
Right.
right?
Wow.
So at the time, that was like, I was like, holy cow! Like I've never played like this big of a crowd before. It's not even like crazy
Right.
by any means, but it's a very kind of, I don't know, prestigious kind of festival, really exclusive. It's inside. It runs for like a
Right.
whole weekend.
Nice.
So, and you're staying at a hotel pretty close to the venue. There's shuttles bringing you
Right.
down there,
Mm-hmm.
and all the bands are kind of staying in the same hotel. So you're like,
Party.
yeah, you're hanging out with like some of your favorite bands. Like we played the same year as Angra,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Angra is
Mm-hmm.
a huge influence on us.
All right. Mm-hmm.
As guitar players for sure.
Right.
So like I'll run into Kiko and all the guys in the lobby and just like
Mm-hmm.
hanging out and things like that. It was pretty cool. That was like a very memorable experience for sure.
Right. Right. And now getting to the point which would be the worst of all. Not because of the crowd, but like Spinal Tap. Just nothing worked. You know, gear got lost or whatever. Which one would that be?
Oh my god. Oh, I try to like burn these memories out of my mind.
Yeah.
As like
Yeah. But nice
a
try.
daily
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
The worst. Oh, I mean, there's been so many that have
Uh-huh.
been so bad. Like some of those shows on some of those Mexico tours would definitely be in there. Like
All right.
'cause the first time we did it, we drove. It was part of like a Canada, U.S. and Mexico tour that we booked on
Right.
our own. We were driving. We had all of our own gear. The next time we came into Mexico, we just flew in and with like a back line. Right. This is the equipment we need. And everyone was like, yeah, no problem, no problem. We'll get that for you. I think there was one show that had our back line. The other ones, like, were playing in
Oh
an empty
man.
lot. Like, there used to be a building there. There's
Oh
no
man.
building now. It's just like this little wooden stage in this dirt parking lot. We had like combo amps,
Oh
like
man.
little combo amps to play through.
Oh
There was
shit.
one show where Scott, he didn't even bring his cymbals. He didn't bring his cymbals, so they're supposed to supply cymbals. There's one show where every cymbal was a splash cymbal. We're like,
That's one heck of a
is
drum
this a
kit.
joke?
Yeah. Oh
Like,
shit.
no. Like, where are the real cymbals? Like, this is a joke. He's like, no, this is all we got. Like, even the hi hat was like 2 splashes.
Wow. I mean, all
Yeah.
right then. Well, cool. Okay.
So there's like shows like that,
Oh wow.
and I don't know. There was a show back in the day.
All right.
We played in a town called Lloydminster, small town in Canada. This was, you know, very, very early on in our career. The venue completely forgot that they had a show. Right? We like show up, we're like, hey, we're here
You're
for the show. Like, we don't
kidding
see
me.
any posters anywhere. They're like there's no communication. Like, no one was expecting us to show up. So they're
Should I
like,
say
well,
is that
you guys can still play if you want.
can I say is that a Canadian thing that they forget the memo that when you apply for some like hey, I mean,
It seems to be
like
a theme that's recurring here.
was it run by the same person who got my fucking application going as well? Like,
The
yeah.
Queen of Canada was there, yeah.
God damn it,
But
right.
they're like, well, yeah, I mean, you can still play if you want. I'm like, well, we're here, I guess. Like,
Yeah,
sure.
yes.
Like, well, we'll give you an open bar. We're like, oh, fucking hey, this is the best show on the tour. So like,
Oh
oh
man.
man, we were very intoxicated, needless to say,
Oh man.
going on stage that night.
Oh
I think
wow.
I think we're like, yeah, 8 to 10 shots deep because there's no one there. It was just us
Wow.
anyways. We're just jamming, right? So I
Wow.
think maybe a few like people walking by showed up, but this is a small town to begin with.
Right. Oh damn.
There's also another show we played on a native reserve
Right.
here in Canada. There's a lot of like native reserves everywhere. It's kind of part of our history, our culture.
Mhm.
We were playing a bar, and like we had a day off the next day, and the show was going pretty good actually. Like people were showing up. The show was pretty good. It was like in this kind of dingy hotel. And the owner's like, "Oh, you guys have the day off tomorrow. Why don't you guys stay the night? You guys can play tomorrow." We're like, this sounds pretty good. Like we're having a good time. Like we're talking to this guy. All of a sudden, someone pops in from outside. He's like, "Hey, we're getting robbed." We're like, "Oh shit, what?" Like, hold that thought. Like, yeah,
What the
our
hell?
vans were getting like busted into, and we're like, "Yeah." We come back in after dealing with that, and we're like, I think we're gonna just get going down the road after this is done.
Yeah, no
Thanks for the
shit.
offer, but
Yeah, right. Oh wow. Damn, man, these
yeah,
stories are like always fun to hear. Like even though like many people think that every band, like of course the Spinal Tap stuff is particularly just because that every band has literally gone through one of the things. And talking about like the drummer exploding, yes, I've been there. Has happened. Not gonna name which band and how. Yes, things like that do happen when we watch the Spinal Tap and go like, has every band gone through all these together? Well,
yeah.
probably yes. There could be some band existing that has gone through all of that, definitely. But there's one scene or one episode that's gonna happen with the band. But there's always fun to hear that every band has unique experience of fuckery. This is so
Yeah.
incredible that every band has a unique experience. Like there are millions of bands around the world, but everybody has a different experience. So it's always fun to hear these things. Not that I'm saying, hey, join the metal world because you're gonna get fucked.
It's part of the journey, It can't all be rainbows and unicorns.
No, man. No,
Save those
absolutely
for the
not.
lyrics.
Exactly. Getting to the what is the like the touring cycle that I was talking about. now getting away from the interesting stories of like how good or bad the things have been, so on. What would be now expected of Unleash the Archers now? Like, at least you guys will be touring hopefully by the end of the year, but would you be continuing it in 2022 as well?
A little bit. I
Right.
think we're gonna write like since it's been weird because of the pandemic. Like
Right.
normally we would be writing and kind of working on a new album right now, but we've been kind of holding off because we still haven't toured the last album that we put out
Right.
in
Right.
2020
Right.
mid-pandemic.
Right. 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 Right.
So everyone's kind of waiting to kind of still see that album toured.
Right.
So I think we'll do these few touring cycles, North America, Europe. We were supposed to have Australia and Japan in between those, but those just canceled because pandemic.
Yeah.
So we'll probably try to squeeze those in
Right.
next year, but I think the next focus is to kind of start working on the new album and
Right. Right. Interesting.
getting new music going.
Right. I hope so, like that at least, things do happen so that it's just not like that waiting on. Maybe you guys get to tour like, hey, one artists now. Who knows,
Yeah.
Like,
Let's hope, man.
that album requires some, the whole Canadian tour, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I mean, the US is looking pretty good for being able to tour,
Right.
even though it's earlier than the Europe tour.
Mm-hmm.
The
Correct.
Europe one is still like, we hope
Don't
it
know.
happens. The US is like, okay, it should happen. There's no reason it shouldn't. Things are going pretty much back to normal there.
So
Hockey games are full stadiums.
Right.
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 So
Exactly.
it's pretty normal there.
Right.
Canada, we're still a little behind.
Mm-hmm.
And like, vaccines and all that. Like the US is sucking it all up so they get done first. So
Right.
I suspect that the US tour is going to be fine.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
We were supposed to do Prague Power this year. Right. That was supposed to be it. That canceled, but that's mainly because they have so many different international bands coming in.
Correct. Yeah.
It's way more complicated.
Correct. Understandable.
Yeah.
But like, looking forward to it. Looking forward to hearing some more, hopefully good stories out of that. It would be cool to hear like, how the experiences now change, how the artists see the stage back again. What is that feeling of going back on a tour like? Because it's a new, complete different perspective. It's like the same way that you said, like going to South America, for instance. That's where they don't get much of it, right? So you can see that what the urge is. Finally, the rest of the first world can understand how it feels like.
That's gonna be it, man. 100%.
Exactly. It's like the same way many people ask me that. Many people ask me the same way that. How do you feel about like how does it feel like to be a Pakistani and being in Europe and so on? Like, you guys are motherfucking privileged. Do you understand? Like every corner you have a gig, you can just walk in and be like, well, yeah, let's have it, like get shit faced and so on. Like, yeah, sure, cool, yeah. Then the countries which don't have the access to it, you can see that, like, oh my god. And now everybody's like, I wish we can get back to normal. Yo, bitch, how about now? Feel my pain?
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very emotional getting back on stage, and I think like for us, the musicians, the first night is gonna be extremely emotional. But then for the fans, that first night is gonna happen
right
night after night. So it's gonna continue to like, evoke the emotions back out of you, even though like you've already experienced your first time back. I think the whole tour and like the for a while it's gonna be pretty
crazy.
Emotional.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Like everybody's standing there like, oh my god, this is my first show after the pandemic. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I got a Canadian visa. It's like, all right then. Cool. Okay, I got few more questions for you before we call it the time, because I believe you have, a lot of chores to do, and besides, I think you would be doing stream today as well, so would I be. And
no, I take Thursdays off.
Oh, you
His
do?
birthday's
Oh,
off. Yeah.
dang. Lucky you, man.
Yeah, so it works out well for both of us.
Oh, that's
When you
great.
said Thursday, I was like, perfect.
That's
That's
great.
the day.
That is great. That is great. And by the way, viewers, lovely viewers, please do go and follow Grant on his Twitch channel. He does amazing stuff there. I love your graphics, man. I love your overlays. They're fucking brilliant. They're nicely put through and taught through, and it's pretty always nice
That's
to.
all one of our mods, Bally,
Oh, nice,
from Scotland.
nice.
He's helped me out with all that.
Oh, that's pretty
Uh,
sweet.
I would not have been able to navigate
Right,
getting online the way I have
right,
without the help of our mods.
right.
100%.
Mods are gods, man. Nobody, no matter what they say or whoever they
They
say it,
are.
mods are gods. There's like my mods have kept me on the ground, like absolutely.
Yeah.
Without them, I think I would have been like, fuck this shit. Boop, off I go. I would have been
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
how with
it's
this?
just like anything. You want to find people who are experts in their field
Correct.
and take care of it, you know? That's why you have
Definitely.
a sound guy, you know? That's
Right.
why you have a producer, you know?
Correct. Correct.
I have a driver,
Right.
hunter, you know? You have people who take care of you.
Right, definitely. Definitely do not hire a drum tech as a guitar tech. Trust me, doesn't go the those two things don't go hand in hand. That can be quite interesting. But now getting back to guitar, that was the thing that I wanted to know. How, when, why Ibanez?
Mm. Yeah, I've been with Ibanez for about 6 years, I think.
Right.
Um, and it's been a great relationship. I'll never jump off ship, so to
Right.
speak.
Right.
But why initially is really the only company that that was interested in me.
Oh wow.
I grew up playing Jackson,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
I had like a Jackson Kelly, which you'll see in a lot of the earlier music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I tried getting a hold of Jackson for any sort of like endorsement deal.
That's a difficult
And
cat.
yeah, because they're through Fender and no one got a hold of me. I had a good hookup with Ibanez
Right.
through mutual friends and through the Japanese office, which is like the main Ibanez office, right? So I had a good contact there, and they're like, "Oh, 100%, yeah, let's do something." And I'm so glad that I have, because like if I go back and play my Jackson now, it's like, oh, this thing is like feels like a big piece of wood.
Right.
Like, you know, Ibanez's are just such an elegant instrument,
Yeah.
you know, with the thin neck and everything that goes with it. And, you know, great company that have supported me this whole time and very communicative. And
Yeah. Right. Well, that's pretty sweet to hear.
are
That's
you with
pretty
Ibanez as well?
Yeah, I've been with them since I've been in Wintersun. I was this
Oh,
close
nice.
of actually moving to other company, which I'm not gonna name, but luckily because we have been, as Wintersun has been with Ibanez since a very long period of time, but unfortunately there was a bit of a gap that our relationship with Ibanez went a little bit south due
Mm.
to the change of office. The guy that you might be talking about is the one who's sitting now in Japan. And we had a very close connection with him, but due to Japan not handling Europe, only states handling Europe, had
Mm.
been heavy. And, because uh, not going to name names, but like the shoulders were pushed down a lot. Like there was a lot of burden to handle things from Ibanez end. But like eventually, very closely, came about. Now I have a very, very, very strong connection with Ibanez in that sense that I don't think I'm moving on anywhere till the point. Like it depends. When people change, then we'll see how the things are. But so far, I'm very, very happy with the A&R of Ibanez, the one who I have very
Hmm.
close friendship and a relationship with. He is just an amazing dude, and couldn't be with any other company in that sense. There are some things, of
Mm.
course, with because I'm a freak when it comes to guitars. I'm not the you know any guitar that I get, I have to mod it unless like it's
Right.
not a custom one. So till that, it's like the Ibanez has seen that like holy shit, what is that? Like even Ibanez went like, what? Did we make this model? No, you didn't. I fucked it up.
What's your one mod that you couldn't live without? You get a new guitar. What's the first thing you like to do?
First thing that I would like to do, the first thing. I think it would be. Oh man, there's so many things. Hard to say.
Yeah.
It's really so many things.
Why stop at one?
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be if I were to have the opportunity. The only one that I kept it like as close to stock as possible is my 7-stringer, the one that you see on the back. Call him Harry. And of course, the pickups are swapped. So that's the first thing that I could say. That's it. Yeah. If I get a stock model, then the pickups are definitely something that immediate swap.
What pickups do you swap to? EMGs?
EMGs, yeah. I had been with Fishman for 2 years, but then I moved to EMG, and I am not moving anywhere again. Because EMGs, I was with EMGs for a very long period of time, but not as an endorsed artist. But then since after leaving Fishman, because we have very strong and close relationship with EMG as well, because EMG is kind of the company that you really don't get a hold of that easily. And we did due to mutual contacts and everything like that. And that's a company which I have always dreamt of. Like I was a big fan of David Gilmour, Hetfield, like obviously, EMG based sounds in that sense. So I was like, holy shit. So we jumped, me and Yari at the same time. We went to, Yari was never with any pickup artists as a pickup artist, but now since EMG, then we both jumped there. So it's hard to say. But Ibanez, yeah. The least guitar that I've changed the mod or I've modded the least is my black one, who I call Blackie. It's the least modded one, but still it's
very original name.
Yeah, I mean it was just like I could not even think of it because I just wanted to keep it like all the way black. My whole idea was like completely change the paint job and stuff because that's what I've done with my first one, which was this guy. So, I mean, complete new paint job. So, it's like, okay, ready to go. But...
Which 7-string is that back there?
This is RGD. Fuck, man, I forget the names of the models. Like, this is the RG...
Yeah, I forget. I think that's the one I'm looking at right now, actually, of getting.
Yes, I saw your stream, dude. Yes, this is exactly the same model. Yes, it is. This is what you are looking at.
That is exactly what I was looking at. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's nice to see it.
I cannot recommend any better 7-string than this one. Actually, Wes Haw has the same one. Thanks to, once again, the A&R of Ibanez, who was dear enough because the whole plan is that, like, obviously I'm an Evertune geek, but due to loving the, low edge bridge as well, like, I just wanted to have it this way. He was saying that, hey, wait for it. Maybe if you can wait a little bit, like, we can look into the Evertune thing as well. I was like, nah, just send it over. So they...
give it to me.
Yeah, give it to me. Exactly. And damn, man, I mean, everything about this one is, like, I'm really happy with. It's probably the... Yeah, I didn't have to do much with this at all. Else than swapping the pickups. Else than that, I've been good with it. Definitely.
I like the RGDs with just the volume knob.
Yeah, that's the other mod.
Down a bit.
You talk about a mod that I would like. The first mod that I would do. All my guitars only have one volume knob. I don't do tone knobs, so that is something that I throw off unless and until it's a custom shop.
I'm the same.
I can't. I'm not a
get that tone knob, crank it to 11, and get it out of here.
Yeah, exactly. That's something. So the other question it was coming on the chat was about when did you shift to 7-string and why?
Yeah, we switched to 7-string just for the newest album, Abyss. Mainly, I think Andrew started writing some songs on his 7-string and was like, oh, this is... And we were kind of... Okay, so the past 2 albums are kind of a concept story, right? So Apex in 2017 and then Abyss in 2020. They're a story that go along with each other, but we wanted we obviously wanted the story to continue, but the feeling of each album had to be very different.
Right.
So from Apex to Abyss, we had to make some very deliberate changes in what we were doing to kind of have a different feel on each album, right? So we were trying to figure out like, okay, what could we do that makes it different? So one of the things was incorporating the 7 string. Is all the previous UTA stuff is in drop D, 6 string, which is going to lead to writing kind of different riffs, just in a sense, right? So going to that more kind of classic standard tuning, but with a 7 string, and then also bringing in a little bit of synth under the album, because like Apex, our idea was that it was very kind of like down to earth, raw, kind of really kind of old school riffs, kind of straight to the point. And then Abyss, you kind of went out towards the stars, and it was more spacey and proggy, and so the 7 string kind of opened up a more of a dynamic range, as well as kind of like the synth adding that kind of like spacey kind of elements was kind of the intention with that.
Nice. Right.
So, and now moving forward, I know people have been asking, like, are you guys going to stick with the 7 strings? What are you guys going to do?
That was my next question. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely will be.
Right.
Indefinitely, I don't think there's any plan to kind of switch back to drop D 6 string. It's like what, it's like once you've tasted the nectar that is an extra string, why would you go back?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Definitely. That's quite interesting. Because that was exactly my next question, that would you be sticking with the 7 string in the future as well? This is actually my first 7 string, and this should not gonna answer any answers or questions, but should that be a hint? Could be a hint. Those who know what I'm saying should get the hint. But the whole thing
so
had.
The second one's coming. I have a pretty
Well,
similar.
I mean,
I have an S7 string.
Oh yeah.
RGD.
Right.
7.1.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I think it's the model a couple of years ago. That one, it ended up turning into that one.
Right.
But it's like a fixed bridge.
Right.
Which is convenient in some cases.
Have you been like, are you a Floyd guy as well, like floating bridge, or you're a fixed bridge guy?
I've actually just recently been getting into more Floyd work.
Okay.
But typically no. I try to keep it kind of pretty straight to the point.
In that department, I would highly recommend you Evertune.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. We recorded with our 2017 album Apex was recorded on Evertune. Andrew, he's got Evertune on his guitars, and I see the benefit, and I definitely want to move towards that.
Right. Exactly.
They do Evertune floating bridges, or
no? We've talked since a very long time. I'm waiting for that, but hopefully that's gonna come out. I can't say when. We have a close relationship with the Evertune guys as well, and I had been very, very adamant about it because I love floating bridges. Is the reason that this guy is not changing into a Evertune, not this guy. The next ones might, but not this guy. So Evertune is working on that, and they have been working on a bass model as well. But there's already going to be Evertune 2, which is going to be slightly smaller, less weight, and like less wood would be taken out of a guitar for that.
Right.
And but so far I don't know. It's the best shit ever, man. I mean, if you have tried it, you know it, you have recorded with it, you have played with it.
Recording with it is a game changer. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, I've never finished recording guitars on an album so quick as with recording with an Evertune.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's like you're not sitting there having to make sure that a chord is perfectly in tune. It's like, oh, okay, no, that one string is a little out. It says it's in tune, but it's like, not coming through. There's a little bit of that like wave happening.
Correct.
Evertune is like, okay, yeah, play like half of the song, and yeah, that's all good. We can keep all of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we finished guitars in like 2 days, and it was like, holy cow.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, it's the dynamics and everything like that as well, because you know I've really played stuff. Really, I do play very heavy. Like when it comes to the hard, I'm a hard hitter. Let's say easy way.
Yeah.
To put it like.
Yeah, you play pretty thick gauge strings too, don't you?
Yeah, I actually have moved from 1156 to now 1260 on step down tuning, but it's quite thick. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I tend to love it that way because I just have that, you know, I love to
feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right into it. Yeah.
But even, you know who is more crazier? Donnie Burbage. That guy is fucking loony. I mean, like, he plays like heavy. He would actually go like a step up. He would go to 13s if that, you know, the balance is done. So that's the only guitar player I know who is playing heavier gauge than me. So it's not about the gauge, but like he has a very nice tone as well in his hands. That,
yeah, he does.
You know, so it's like it's fun to see him do all these things, and it keeps reminding me, holy shit, man, he uses thick strings and he uses like he's crazy. He's crazy. Those of you who do not know who I'm talking about, he's the guitar player of Aether Realm, and he has a Twitch channel as well where you would notice him playing with the 7-string. And he's a float bridge master. He's a fucking maniac with that stuff. Like,
he is 100%.
He knows his deal in that sense. So, but what gauge do you use?
Usually like 11s.
Right.
11s or 10s.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is on standard?
Yeah, so these actually have packs I use right here. Actually, I just got some new shipments from Ernie Ball.
So you're the Ernie Ball guy.
String,
nice.
Hybrid Slinkies. I guess we're mirrored here. But yeah, these ones are 9 to 46 for the 6 string.
Right, but that's on standard,
and the 7s is 10 to 56.
Right, but that's on standard.
Yeah, standard, yeah.
Standard, okay. So 10 to 56 you're using on what's the scale length?
I'm not sure. 10 to 56.
Like the usual 6-string that you're using is 25.5 for sure scale length, but what about the 7-string? Is it 26.5?
I think it's bigger. Yeah, the 7-string it seems bigger.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not that well versed in my guitar specs.
We'll check it out. I'll raid your Twitch again and ask you the first question. Did you check out the gauge? did you check out the scale now? I need to know it. Right. Yeah, these you know, geeky stuff, minor.
It should be the same as your 7-string.
Yeah, then it's 26.5. Then it's 26.5. Right, exactly. Because the longer the scale goes, then I go lower in that sense. Like you gotta go one step lower in that sense. But now, so you are Ernie Ball guy. Like how long have you been with Ernie Ball?
For quite a while.
All
2 years now. Yeah.
Interesting. We need to talk.
Yeah.
We need to talk. Exactly.
We do on a few different avenues here.
Exactly. Because I know Jeff, like a good pal of mine, Jeff Loomis, of course. Well, everybody knows his name. Who am I to fucking introduce that guy? Well, by the way, a friend of mine here, Jeff Loomis, he plays an Arch Enemy. He used to play in Nevermore. Haven't heard about it? Right. So, Jeff has been with Ernie Ball for a long period of time. And I used to be with Ernie Ball. Like, I used Ernie Ball, but not as an endorsed artist. Before Diodarios and now Dunlops, I was with, I always used Ernie Ball. But then Dunlop happened and Diodario happened, and then things happened. Then pandemic
happened. You're a free agent now, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, bring it on.
We'll definitely chat then.
Right, exactly. We'll get the hooks ready. We'll see what happens. We'll see. No problem.
Yeah, it was actually funny because how Ernie happened was from our previous manager. He hooked it up for us,
Right.
or for me, I should say. And then we parted ways with him, and I lost my contact with Ernie, and I just rekindled it
Oh,
just
nice.
recently this year. I had to like find it on my own, and it's like we got back a hold and like, hey, we've been looking for you.
Oh, nice. That's pretty nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. I don't know if it is the same guy who was there 3 years ago. If it is the same guy, then we'll talk. We'll see.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
That'd be super sweet.
Get
But
you a
now,
couple G strings sent to you.
oh hell yeah! Now we're talking. Oh damn! Exactly. That'd be cool. All right. Now coming to the ending point of the stream already. I mean, it's like we can go on, man. We can go on and on and on and on. It's never gonna be ending story. I mean, like there's always fun to talk with the good lads out there, especially to get to know like the new ones, like-minded yourself, like right there. I don't know.
Darn tootin'.
I really don't know why I became American all of a sudden. I thought if I speak like this, I'll be able to go in Canada without a problem. But unfortunately, no. That doesn't work like that.
That's what you did wrong. That's what you did wrong.
Exactly. Probably that's one of the reasons they were like, not that guy. We don't want no more Americans. We send our Justin Bieber to America. We don't need no one back.
You need to figure out an Americanized version of your name.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that would be a good. Hey, this is a good Twitch content. Like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it.
Maybe YouTube chat can help us out here. We got a Seam Sierra.
Yeah.
What's the Americanized version of this?
Oh,
this is like when we toured with Tyr.
Right.
Like you obviously don't know Tyr, like kind of Viking folk metal, right? But we became good friends with them, and
they're lovely fellas.
We could joke around with them.
Yeah.
To the point where you're like making fun of them, right? So
right.
We'd always be like, "Oh, we got the all-American band Tire Fire. We got Harry, Terry, Gunner, and Ted." But they're all like,
"Oh my god!"
Trying to talk, and they're like, Faroese accents. Like, no, Tire Fire.
Tire Fire. So Henry was what? What was his name? Harry?
Yeah, just Harry. Yeah.
Harry,
Terry, Gunner, and Ted.
Nice. Oh my god, I gotta write him. That would be so cool. Thanks for letting me know that. That's gonna be.
We got Simon Sears, Jones or Smith, Adam Sierra.
Adam Sandler.
John Smith. Just John Smith.
Oh fuck. We got a festival in Finland called John Smith. Like, I'm not going that direction. It's a great festival, though. There's no question.
John Smith is like the most generic.
Yeah,
North American name.
Exactly. Is the reason of the name of that festival as well John Smith? Like, what do we name the festival? John Smith. Alrighty then.
Hell yeah, brother.
Exactly. But Adam Sierra, that's quite close to Adam Sandler. It's not a bad name, but a comparison. I've been I've been a fan of Adam Sandler as well. Like, many people don't like him.
Oh, 100%.
He's absolutely. I mean, like, the guy has done great stuff around. Like, there's no question about it. Yeah. Okay.
Getting the club further than you hit the ball.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Oh man, my favorite of all times. Oh god.
Yeah.
Really, really good shit.
Yeah, between that and Ace Ventura, that kind of sums up everything.
Absolutely. Now, I got a very interesting question for you. Now, I don't know if you know this, that this has happened with all the guests, and it started off as something with the community, and then it just got carried on and on it went, right? So the question has something to do with food, right?
Mm.
And that has something to do with the lovely pizza, right?
And, I can see where this is going.
Right. And
a very divisive, possibly,
right,
topic.
Right. And it involves pineapple as well, obviously.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So is that a yes or is that a no?
That is 2 thumbs up for the pineapple.
Oh, fuck no, man. Come on, Grant. What the fuck, man? Come on, man.
We were
going
friends, well,
man.
I thought we could be friends.
Mm.
But,
I thought we were friends, man. Oh, damn.
Good luck trying to get Ernie Ball out of me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hey, if Ernie Ball is all about pineapple pieces, they can go. God damn, man. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hey, comme ci, comme ça. Like,
I always say, musical tastes are like food tastes. Everyone likes different things.
Exactly, man. That's why we call it planet Earth,
Yeah. And we can all still be friends.
Yes, exactly.
Even though
we all still can be
don't
French.
Like pineapple on pizza. It just means more Hawaiian pizza for me when it shows up in the dressing room.
Absolutely, man. You take it all, and unfortunately, that's most of the time that happens. Like after show food, yeah, baby. All right, what is it? Not taking it, Grant.
Yeah, I'm in, baby. Tag me in.
I'm gonna be calling Grant all the time. Finally got into Canada. Right, where's the food? Pineapple pizza. Grant.
Where's the door?
Can't open it. Locked.
Not wretched place.
Oh man, the doorknob is not there. Let me out. Grant, I gotta thank you, man. Thank you very much for giving that much time. And it's been a pleasure talk. And of course, as I said, like it would have lasted way longer. Like there's no question about that. But I think I have a plan. We are going to be, we should collaborate on some Twitch streams as well. And of course, I have this one interesting series that I started on YouTube called Lick Hub, where I get other guitar players to come and teach me some stuff of theirs. And that's gonna be fun.
Oh, nice.
So you are definitely on the list. We're gonna catch up whenever we get time, and we'll see how it works out. But honestly, thank you very much for coming and having a chat around here. And I have to thank the chat as well for chatting. How many chats have I said already? 3, 4 times? Everything is a chat.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Life is a chat.
You still got 5 more to hit before we can end the stream.
Yeah, exactly. Start going, man. Right.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me on here. It's an honor to be talking with you.
Awesome, man.
Hanging out.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can do it in person sometime in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. We're looking forward to it when you guys are coming. Any Helsinki shows and any Finland shows at all?
I do not know. I would have to look at the dates.
All right. Sure.
I'm kind of like that guy who's like, okay, I know I'm leaving at this date and coming back at that date. That's kind of all I kind of have in my mind.
Right.
What happens in between is like
it's magic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have some kind of northern Scandinavian dates. We were supposed to do Sweden rock.
Ah, yeah, nice.
A little while ago,
right?
Which was not in Finland, but
yeah.
I would love to go to Finland because that is part of my heritage, actually.
Really? Surprise! Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, my whole mom's side of the family is all Finnish.
Dang, man. Which part?
I've never been, so.
Damn, man, you're welcome.
I'm waiting to come back to the homeland.
Absolutely. Do you know which part of Finland?
I do not know.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Well, but still, Finland. Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
We got more and more in common besides the pineapple stuff, but I already said, hey. Yeah. Well, you can take it all, man. But do
you like pineapple on its own?
I love it.
Yeah.
On its own. Yeah. On its own.
Just not cooked.
Just not on a pizza. Not on my Thai curry. Not in fucking any curry. Just leave it be as a fruit.
Can it be cooked? Anything?
It could be fried. Yeah. I mean, I've eaten it grilled. It's nice. I mean, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
But
it's weird though, because I kind of get what you're saying, because I don't like in Chinese food, when you get sweet and sour pork, a lot of the times it has pineapple in it.
Right.
I never eat the pineapple when
we go.
When it comes like that.
There we go. Right. Exactly.
For some reason on pizza, it's different. Maybe it's because I grew up with it. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I get you. I get you. I'm gonna one day I'm gonna make this, kind of like a goal, or let's say a community challenge, or even like a donation goal, something like that. Like, make me eat a pineapple pizza, and then I'll eat it live and see like what the
When
fuck
was the
happens.
last time you had it?
Oh man, it's been by mistake, I guess. By mistake, which can say like must have been like one bite here and there, and then I realized it. But like last time that I really had it and I realized it, that holy shit, would have been years and years and years ago. So I've decided already that okay, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah.
Who
Not
knows? Maybe you like it now. You don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know.
You could be
Yeah.
team pineapple and you don't even know it.
Right. Damn it. Like, he's a convincing dude right there. Holy shit, man.
We got to get this challenge going.
Oh shit, man. Oh my god. Well, my the first year anniversary. By the way, this is the question I never got to ask you already, but how long have you been streaming on Twitch?
About 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
Holy dang. Ah, okay. Okay, I see. Cool. Like, because on the 18th of June I'm gonna hit the 1 year mark. So yeah.
Oh wow, dude.
Yeah, but there's gonna be
I'm kicking myself that I didn't get into it earlier, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm kicking
But,
myself already by saying like that I didn't get in earlier, but it's never too late. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's been great over there for sure.
People still are biting their tongue, but still not getting in Twitch. Those who are missing it out, they're gonna miss it out. That's for sure. That's for sure.
And like the biggest hurdle with Twitch or anything is like the mental game.
Yeah. That's it.
Being okay with kind of opening a new level of your life.
Correct.
To other people. Being vulnerable and doing things that like us musicians, we're normally seen on stage after rehearsing a finely tuned set with everything working in unison, right? It's not like, okay, I'm like learning I'm playing a song I don't know and I'm like hitting all these wrong notes, and it's like, no, this is what happens behind the scenes.
Exactly. And all of a sudden you're in front of like what? Your live viewers, and bong, everything goes wrong, and you're like, why?
Yeah. All right. Shit. Keep it cool.
Yeah. That's the real deal.
Yeah.
That guy is jackass shit for nothing.
It's like you have to be okay with that. And I think some people might not have come to terms with being okay with that yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's a mental game.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, exactly. It's so like it's a very fine line in there, and the perspective of like I have seen like many people have changed their perspective. But that's another topic. We'll get into it some other time. We should actually
fair enough.
We should actually get that thing going in Twitch and talk about Twitch. That would be interesting.
True.
That would be really, really cool. But I have to thank you, man, as I thank you earlier, and we will stay in touch. And anytime, you're more than welcome. Of course, we're gonna do second run as well. We will get to talk about it much more in depth on the things, because as I said, like live, getting to know each other and being live, talking to the chat as well, and so on. It's such a short time. You can't get to really get a grasp of,
Yeah. But we could essentially spend a lifetime together and still not really know each other well enough.
Exactly. So I make sure already, like by the end, I get to know is there a pineapple involved or not, so that at least that's out of the window.
They say it takes 7 years to fully know somebody.
Mm-hmm. And then you get to know somebody else.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, man. Where have you been hiding in your closet? God damn, man. What the fuck? Like, I wanted to tell you after 7 years. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Get back in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bro. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Sure, man.
Thank you to everyone hanging out in the chat here.
Absolutely. Go, guys. Follow Grant. Absolutely an amazing fella, as you have seen. Follow him on Twitch. Follow him on Instagram. All the links are down below under the video in the description. And you could see under Grant video as well, I have put the Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram handles as well. Once again, thank you very much, everybody, and thanks, Grant. Take care of yourself. Have a great day. I believe it is day over there. And
yeah, it's noon.
Oh,
it's
damn.
noon here. Yeah.
The day has only just begun.
Yeah, you got me like just waking up here, pretty much.
Damn. Exactly.
Time to take kids to school and hang out in the sun and all that fun stuff.
Oh, damn, man. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. All right. Cheerio, everybody. I'm just going to hit and go to Twitch in about 15-20 minutes. So see you guys there. Cheerio. Bye.
Cheers, guys.